Chapel at Rectory is something we do every month with the entire school community. It is a chance for all of us to come together in this beautiful space to stop, pause, and reflect, and to take a look at some of the things that we all have in common. And it's a chance for students to get together and share their thoughts, their reflections. So it's really meant to be a place that is safe to share the spiritual side of ourselves. We take a different theme each month. For example, we've used the theme of new beginnings. In the fall, we used the theme of letting go, the way a tree lets go of its leaves. We choose a variety of readings from various world religions as well as non-religious sources, all touching on that theme. We try to keep it as student-driven as possible, so it would be very common to have 20 kids participating in one way or another, whether it be lighting our candle of peace, doing a reading, or participating in student music. The chapel service each month has a sort of a very reliable structure, so kids kind of know what they're coming into, and we begin with a reading as a group, the Rectory Chapel Covenant, which is sort of our promise to one another that we're going to respect each other's journeys wherever they may take us and whatever background we come from. And then we go through a series of readings, some music, and a reflection that usually is presented by myself, but sometimes we have students share their ideas and thoughts. Other times we have faculty members do that. And really the purpose of chapel is to acknowledge that we are all spiritual beings, whether we are coming from religious backgrounds or not, that there's a part of ourselves that needs nurturing and needs some attention that may not normally happen in the context of a classroom or a sports field. So it's an opportunity to share in that collective experience and nurture who we are in our soul. Because we have a student body that represents many different backgrounds culturally and many different faith backgrounds or no faith background, we really try to make chapel an experience that is universal and just makes it a safe space for anyone coming from any background. It's also an opportunity for kids to, if they're comfortable, to share what it is that they believe. And I'm being approached by kids who are wanting to talk to me about being Greek Orthodox, for example, being Muslim, and telling me things that they would like to incorporate into the next time we do chapel. And that's really exciting to me because I don't think if we weren't providing this opportunity, I don't think these conversations would even come up. To me, that's very powerful because we're living in a world where so much of the conflict that happens is often over these very things, these differences of opinion or differences of belief systems that have been just for generations and centuries have been the source of conflict. And here at our little Rectory School in Pomfret, we're having conversations at the table between two people whose countries are at war, often for religious reasons. And this safe space, this regular conversation we are encouraging at Rectory might be the beginning of some peace amongst these differing groups. I really do feel strongly about the need for all of us to have a moment of quiet, a moment of peace for people who don't have this as part of their lives. I think it kind of shows us how to do it. And some people naturally take the time to do that, whether it's in their dorm room or at their home. Maybe they meditate, maybe they just go for a walk with their dog. But a lot of our kids don't. So doing this, I think, hopefully is teaching students that this is important in order to take care of yourself. Taking care of yourself is a big part of contributing to the world around you.
I think it's important for the students to understand what the importance of a space like this is. Not so much the religion itself, but the respect that you accord to anyone's religion, the respect you accord to a space that is a worship space, whether it's yours or anyone else's, because we've lost that.
I think it's becoming less and less common to take time to reflect inwardly or to take time to think about the things that connect all of us in this world we're living in. I think in recent years, people have gotten less and less involved in institutional religions, which is fine, but I think there is still a need in each of us and a need as a community to acknowledge that side of ourselves. So if we can provide for kids, particularly if we can provide for our students the acknowledgement of that time and that importance, I think it's really worthwhile and valuable. And I also think being a school that comes from, that pulls students and adults from a variety of places around the world, from different traditions and walks of faith and walks of life, it's an opportunity to share in a common experience that welcomes all. I would hope that students leave Rectory, for one, remembering that they had this time to just stop and to think and reflect and feel in a way that they may not ever have done before. I also hope students would leave Rectory and say, you know, there might be a place for me somewhere, a community that I can connect with. And I also hope it provides kids with an experience of being with others that share different beliefs. And all of these experiences, I hope, would make our students, when they leave Rectory, be more loving, compassionate, and peaceful young adults in the world.